Hey everybody, welcome back to In the Kitchen with Ken. Today I'm cooking up some seafood jambalaya and it is going to be delicious. We're going to start off with a little bit of oil. Probably put about a half a cup of oil in here. So this is going to be a big dish. I've got a really nice high wall skillet. All right. Let that get good and hot. We're going to add a little bit of garlic to this. I got a couple cloves of garlic here. Put down in there. And I've got 2 sweet onions that I cut up, diced really fine, that we're going to put down in here. And we're going to let these onions cook till they get nice and clear. Then we're going to add some other stuff to it. All right, our onions are looking good. Now we're going to add our bell peppers to this. I've got 1 big red bell pepper and a small little green that we're putting in here. Get this all stirred up. Doesn't that look pretty? Delicious. All right. Now I've got some parsley that I'm going to add to this. About a cup. Get that stirred in there. We're just going to let all this kind of cook down. Then add the rest of our ingredients to it. Now I'm going to put some tomatoes in this dish too. Now I've got about 5 ounces of chopped up sun-dried tomatoes. It's going to give this a nice rich flavor. It smells delicious. I'm also going to add a can of Rotel tomatoes to this. So give it a little heat. Oh, you smell that heat come off of there. So good. All right, now that our broth is boiling, we're going to add our long green rice to it. Give this a good stir. Make sure all that rice gets in there nice and even. Put a little seasoning in this. Got a little cayenne pepper, some chili powder, a little white pepper, a little thyme. About a fourth of a teaspoon of each of those. Stir this up, get those all mixed in there. All right, now here's the hard part. I'm going to turn this heat down to about a low to medium heat. Get a top on it. We're going to let that rice cook and then check on it in about 45 minutes to an hour. And it's going to be delicious. I cannot wait. Then we're going to add our seafood to it. I've got some shrimp, some scallops, and a little crab meat. Can't wait to get that in there. All right, now that our rice has been cooking for about 45 minutes, we're going to go ahead and add our seafood to it. I've given it a little taste, and it has got a little kick to it. That Rotel always kicks this stuff up. It's really good. And I love the flavor that those sun-dried tomatoes are adding to this too. It's really got a nice taste. You can see our rice is cooking really well. So we're going to add our scallops and our shrimp to this. Kind of give it a little stir. We'll let that steam cook this seafood up. We've got about a half a pound of scallops and about a pound of shrimp. I'm going to stir these in here. Get them good and coated. This heat will cook this shrimp and these scallops up pretty quick. Shouldn't take long at all. Now I peeled and deveined these shrimp, but I left the little tails on just so you can reach in there and grab them if you wanted to. All right, I'm going to cover this back up. Let that seafood start getting steamed a little bit. Then we'll check on it in a couple of minutes. Shouldn't take that long. Then we'll add our crab meat. Our crab meat's already cooked, so we don't have to worry about putting it in there. Make sure it gets nice and cooked. All right, now our shrimp have been in there for a couple minutes. They should be good and done. So should the scallops. I'm going to go ahead and add this crab meat, give it one good final stir, and then plate it and give it a try. Look how good that looks. I'm going to go ahead and dump this. I got about half a pound of crab meat, roughly, lump crab meat. It'll be easy when I stir this crab meat up. I don't want to bust it all up. But look how see how red the shrimp are? Just kind of fold this crab meat in here. All All right, now that we've got our crab meat all kind of folded up in there, get me a little plate here. Give this stuff a try. All right, put this lid back on. Give this a try. Make sure I get some of the sun-dried tomatoes in there. Grab that scallop right there. All right, let's see. That scallop is delicious. I love that extra flavor that sun-dried tomato gives it. It's got a really, really nice heat too. It's not too much. It's spicy, don't get me wrong, but it has got a good, good spice to it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you give it a try. We'll see you next time on In the Kitchen with Ken, and remember to check out my fan page on Facebook. Bye now.